I feel like I'm finally breaking through old habits and beliefs. It's just been such a big journey, such a big experience that I feel like there's so many things I want to just, I don't know, like transmit to everyone on planet Earth. I feel like you just have to experience it for yourself, honestly. Before I joined Reconnect Academy, I felt kind of stuck, I suppose, at where I was at in my recovery journey. I feel like I had tried like everything under the sun and still like it just didn't fit right. Like it didn't feel right. I didn't have any consistent success in maintaining like what a healthy balance, what a healthy recovery looked like for me. And I really wanted to, I guess, feel confident and I don't know, excited and empowered in my recovery journey. I guess I'm just really grateful and happy to say that it had been more than I expected, and I finally feel like I'm getting past a lot of ruts that I initially felt stuck in before I decided to venture onto this reconnect journey. I feel like I'm finally breaking through old habits and beliefs about myself. With food, like I felt so much freedom around food and not scared of um, doing something wrong, really, and being like, oh, is this, yeah. And I just feel like aside from food, like that's just one part, but that's such a small part. Like I, as a person, feel so much more potential and just like excitement about where my life is going, um, and just kind of a different confidence that I didn't have in myself because I felt like with Reconnect Academy, I was able to explore who I was and who I want to be more deeply, and like put into practice like what that looks like and really start to affirm that to myself. So a lot of the exercises, I guess, that we did were just like getting centered on what your values are and where you see those values playing out through your life and how you can uphold yourself to those values and be gentle in what that process looks like. And that has given me so much advance in just projects I've taken on recently and relationships I've started. I usually wasn't a really social person, but I've actually developed new friendships. And yeah, it's just my life has really kind of turned around. It's just like a really amazing opportunity to be open with yourself. And it's ironic in a way because only I feel like when you get to that place where you can be so open and honest about what is really underneath things and what is really going on for you, that you actually do find the answers. That's why Reconnect Academy was so liberating in some ways, is because the focus, like, yes, you have to address food because that's part of the puzzle, but the focus wasn't solely on food. It's really understanding the whole, it's a more holistic approach. I feel like Tara is like always like, yes, she gives you the work to do and she's very skilled in understanding people and how to meet them, but she's constantly like supporting you in, you know, figuring it out for yourself in ways, because I feel like that's actually the only way you're ever going to get anywhere. Like no one can do it for you, even if they say they can. And I think that's also a lot of the issue with other approaches to eating disorder therapy or whatever else people struggle with. Yeah, so she gives you the tools that you'll always have in your tool belt to continue striving and working towards what you're doing and being your best self. I think it has to do with connecting to what is more authentic in myself, and then that just attracts, because that's what I'm putting out there now, and that attracts more authentic opportunities rather than feeling like I have to put on some sort of mask or conform to what I perceive other people believe me to conform to. Yeah, like I just really showing up as who I am, and feeling strength in that. And that's something I just found so challenging before, because a lot of it had to do how I placed my own worth. Before, I thought I had to give to other people, even when it meant that I was depriving myself of general things, just like time alone and relaxation or whatever else it was. I thought that that was the most valuable way I could contribute. And I just am coming to realize that I can be my own best self only when I'm taking care of myself and giving myself what I need. I think I just had a very skewed view before of how I can interact and engage with other people, and felt that they were always more deserving, more above, and a lot of that had to come with where I placed my own worth. And I think that being able to really look at what that is for me, and being able to find strength in who I am and re-establish that relationship. One of the exercises we went through initially, it's like the very first one almost, is like your inner child. And I really kind of got to meet that, as Tara would say, with compassion. And I didn't realize how transformational that could be, because now I feel like I'm witnessing the shift where like I said, I am starting to cultivate these authentic relationships only because I'm able to meet people authentically and acknowledge that I'm just showing up as who I am. And if that's not enough for someone, then that's okay, then that's meant to be. But I already am enough for all the people that are meant to be in my life. And I think that's been like the major shift, is just feeling confidence in my own worth. I think a big part of Reconnect Academy, and a big part of the impact too, is the fact that you're with this community of people, of women who are maybe not like experiencing the same thing as you completely, but who are able to provide understanding and acceptance and space for everything that you're all going through. And it also gave me a sense of momentum as well, because even when I was not having the best day, there were others who were, and who had bad days, and were just there to be with you and offer support. And on the other side of that equation, like when I was having great days, I felt like I could contribute back to what that was, and we all kind of just lifted each other up. So I think that definitely helps when you're working so hard on changing things about yourself, and in like doing the work, as a lot of people call it. So that definitely helps with doing the work. But also, I just felt really alone in my experience before. Sometimes it is really challenging to find that sense of understanding. I didn't feel like a lot of people could see what I was struggling with, or had other opinions of what that was. And being part of this community, really, I was able to find that sense of connection that I think really spurred my own growth in the right direction. That wasn't meant to rhyme, but it did. So we're rolling with it. But yeah, I think that just being able to feel seen was one of the biggest things that um, helped me to heal in certain ways, parts of myself. In my past experiences with different counseling and things like that, it was a bit of a cold feeling, I suppose. I have gained benefit from doing counseling sessions, but I also just didn't feel like, again, it comes back to feeling seen. And I feel like Tara is really able to meet people where they are. And that is crucial in order to make steps forward, because I think when there's that disconnect, that it's just really hard to go anywhere because you're not on the same page. And she's able to see through things that you don't even see through about yourself. And that's a gift, I think, almost. It's incredible. And I guess as far as working with Tara, it's just, like I said, it didn't feel like therapy, because it honestly, she's such a kind spirit that it's like you feel like you're talking with your friend in a way. And it's the best. Like, you look forward to it, even when you're, going through really challenging things and working through really challenging things. There's just this lightness, even when it's not, light, even when it's hard. She really helps you see through that, and hold space for that, and that's so important. Like, what I would say to them, and what I kind of was grappling with for myself, was to be able to acknowledge that you are your only and biggest, most important investment. And I would let them know that, I would let someone know who is considering this, that in taking this opportunity really to invest in yourself is only going to leverage you in so many other areas in your life. And it has for me. I mean, I ultimately came down to the decision to go with it because I felt like I had tried everything else and it hadn't worked. But I guess there was some place inside of me that wanted to deeply connect with myself and push past what I was going through. And there was something inside of me that, claimed that right to invest in myself. And I'm glad I listened to that voice, and I would encourage other people to listen to that voice. So I would ask someone, like, are you getting that butterfly feeling? Is this, can you feel that tightness in your chest, that there's something old within you that's not serving you, that's, pointing at this and going, hey, this is scary. We don't want to grow and change and be different. And I think someone, like, you got to listen to that voice as a way to say, okay, this is something that, I really need to pursue and liberate myself from.